This town helped build a pizza empire. This pizza empire helped build this town. The relationship was illegal. The relationship worked. Until one man's ambition broke it apart.
Most people just want to go and save their money, help their family, and come back to live, but with a better life. He likes Brazilians because they work hard, they don't complain.
Oh, from here you can see the whole city, the whole town.
The town of Marillac is poor, but relies heavily on one source of income.
The money comes to USA. The one bakery, the one house, the other one house, my house, those two houses. I mean, without USA, Marillac would be very much poor.
Making it in Marillac means leaving Marillac. And the formula goes like this. Work in the USA for 5 to 7 years, work as much as possible, and return home with the money to start a business, to buy some land, to start a life.
I'm from US.
They go thousands of dollars in debt, risk their lives in treacherous border crossings, buy forged documents, all because a certain job in Boston, for at least 80 men in Marillac alone, has meant a certain path to their dreams.
Here's one.
It all started 10 years ago in Beacon Hill at a small startup run by a young entrepreneur named Jordan Tobins. He had a dream: crank out gourmet pizzas, sell them at gourmet prices, and deliver them on bicycles. He called it the upper crust, and he struck gold. The chain grew fast, opening 17 locations in just 9 years. But he needed workers, lots of them, and he wanted them cheap. He found willing partners in the Brazilians from Marillac who worked 70, 80, 90 hours a week with no overtime. Many of the workers were thrilled with this arrangement.
Quanto mais ela podia fazer, para mim é melhor, porque eu, tipo assim, eu queria fazer dinheiro para ir embora, né? Então eu sempre eu posso ficar.
Some saved money to buy land, others to fund businesses back in Brazil. In fact, the butcher, the baker, the painter, the farmer, all in some way owe their livelihood to the years spent working at Upper Crust.
I went there to save my business, and Pedro went there to buy a farm. So we have idea what we want there.
It's true that many benefited from the relationship between Marillac and the Upper Crust, especially in the early days when the company was still small. But then things started to change. Some workers began to feel exploited and overworked.
E pensando assim, meu Deus, eu tô indo trabalhar, mas eu não sei se eu vou voltar, porque eu não tava aguentando ir pro serviço mais. Eu já tava tão cansado que eu achava que eu não ia chegar lá e nem achava que ia voltar, porque meu corpo já não tava aguentando mais, tava arrastando até os pés, cansado. Todos os dias eu...
In 2009, the Upper Crust was fined by the Department of Labor for not paying their workers overtime, which even illegal workers are entitled to. They were ordered to pay more than $300,000 in back pay. But many of the workers who had returned to Marillac, such as Marcos da Silva, said they never saw their checks.
He said that we didn't have any rights. He wouldn't pay more than he wanted.
2 former Upper Crust employees have filed a lawsuit alleging that management took their overtime payments back by reducing their pay to below minimum wage.
I said, no, that's my money. The Department of Labor said that's my money. So they reduced my salary. They started reducing my salary.
Representatives for Jordan Tobins and the Upper Crust expressed shock at allegations made by people they call disgruntled former employees. They say their restaurants were adequately staffed, that workers were treated with respect, and that any employees who were entitled to overtime were compensated by the company or through the settlement. They added that everyone who received an overtime check cashed it. And in fact, many in Marillac are quick to defend the Upper Crust, and they worry about the future.
I don't want to judge no one. When I went to the upper crust, they say, oh, I'm gonna pay X dollar. And they paid me all the time.
Preocupa, principalmente os que estão lá, né? Porque eu creio hoje tem muitas famílias que estão lá, né? Que as pessoas estão trabalhando lá, ainda estão fazendo investimentos aqui, ou que as famílias dependem desse dinheiro.
Even Marcos, who feels badly burned by his 5 years working at the upper crust, recognizes that Marillac owes much to its special relationship with the Boston Pizzeria.
They're really important to us. They helped my town, they helped my family, they helped me, but they have to change the way they treat people over there. Being illegal, I know that nobody invited me to be in Boston, don't even like me there, but they know we are coming. It has to be even. They good for us, but we have our price too.